case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In a gripping case that sparked outrage in 2009, Robert John Farrell and Angelita Maggot Farrell, owners of a hotel in South Dakota, became symbols of a system that sought to exploit vulnerable workers. The Farrells found themselves under scrutiny by the United States Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit for their unjust treatment of their immigrant employees from the Philippines. Lured into virtual servitude, 9 immigrant workers were promised a hefty $300 per week by the Farrells, only to be worked for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. As if the relentless toil was not enough, each worker was additionally stripped of $150 each month for housing. Living under constant fear, they were threatened with the loss of their visas and forced into silence about their abysmal employment conditions. The Farrells upped their oppressive practices by doling out unauthorized charges, restricting their social interactions, and instituting a strict repayment policy that swallowed up the workers' salaries. The fact that these financial impositions exceeded their earnings forced their workers into a spiral of debt. This unjust treatment eventually led to a lawsuit. In an unequivocal decision by the lower court, the Farrells were convicted on counts of peonage, conspiracy to commit peonage, making false statements, visa fraud, and document servitude. With the confident assertion that the evidence against them was insufficient, the Farrells appealed the decision with the hope of overturning the convictions. But their efforts proved to be in vain, as the court firmly affirmed the initial ruling. In analyzing what led to the Farrells' downfall, the court separated the wheat from the chaff, dismissing the expert testimony provided by government witness Joy Zaremka. The court determined that the Farrells' breach of labor laws, coupled with their coercive practices of seizing passports and visas, and instilling a constant fear of deportation, was sufficient eyewitness evidence to uphold the convictions. The workers' fear was deemed reasonable, affirming that their labor had indeed been involuntarily provided. In maintaining the convictions for peonage and conspiracy to commit peonage, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit cemented an enduring stance against the exploitation of immigrant workers, a battle cry that continues to resonate loudly against the backdrop of ongoing discussions on worker rights and immigration reform. This poignant legal saga served not just as a punishment for the Farrells, but also as a stark reminder that even the most vulnerable of workers are protected under the country's robust labor laws.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.